But then again, if you were to ask a right-winger, Cossack, they would tell you that freedom of conscience does not exist within the First Amendment because the words freedom of conscience aren't in the First Amendment, and therefore it's not really there. Just like Ken Buck in Colorado, running for Senate, said that there is no such thing as separation of church and state because the words separation of church and state are not in the First Amendment. See, that's why it's so... I can't imagine. Can you, Cossack? I cannot imagine what it must be like to have, to be a teabagger and have to live with all of that cognitive dissonance just going, like a 10 kilohertz tone inside your head. Because on the one hand, there's no such thing as separation of church and state because the words separation of church and state don't exist inside the body of the First Amendment. But on the other hand, the Second Amendment is an individual right and not a collective right, even though the actual words of the Second Amendment say that it's a collective right. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the preservation of a free state or whatever it is.
Right.
So you've got to be a right-winger, to be a Republican, to be a teabagger, you've got to be able to literally just get like something of a horror movie. This is Halloween, after all, where you've got to be able to just peel your skull open and just with your bare hands reach in and separate your own brain out into separate quadrants where you can believe a whole mess of completely conflicting things at the same time and not just have your head go all Mars attacks and explode.